Yo, what's good? It's Mastermind MMA, and you're tuned into a new episode of Combat Culture. So yeah, man, it's, I guess, you could call it season 2 on the channel. So what I wanted to do is I want to do something new. Wanted to like change shit up, do new shit with the channel. So I mean, like I don't have like a legit ass camera or anything like that yet. But what I thought that I could do is just like record on my phone, do the recording process how I usually do it with like my mic and all this shit set up. And hopefully I could just like in the software link it up, have all that shit ready to go. And yeah, I guess that this is it. Let's go. Let's fucking go, man. So what I wanted to talk about in this episode, I had a list of shit I wanted to run it down, but I wrote that shit on my phone, so I'm gonna have to go off the top of the dome piece. What I do think, all right, first off, we got Max Holloway versus Brian Ortega. I'm gonna start off with that off rip. Then we got Isreal Adesanya versus Anderson Silva. They announced that with title implications. I know Bisping called out Adesanya. That's something else I want to talk about. We got Dominick Cruz versus John Lineker. I don't know if they announced that yet. We got Dillashaw Cejudo. We have who else do we have? What else do we have going on? Anyway, that's just a little bit. That's just like a quick rundown of what we're gonna be talking about today. So like and subscribe and do all that dope shit. And yeah, so let's go. So let's just start off this episode. So now we got in Toronto, Max Bless Holloway versus Brian Ortega. All right, man. I'm gonna get right into it, and I'm gonna get right to the shit. So everyone's worried about Max Holloway. Everyone's worried about his health. Since the concussions, they never really find out what was the problem with him. And I think that shit was bothering because we're like, all right, if he's having this problem, he's passing out during his weight cuts and all this crazy shit. How are we, as a fighter, you just can't fuck around, especially when it comes to like concussions and shit like that, you know? And the way, we know Max gets busy. We know Max always does what he has to do. He always comes there to fight. He always comes to throw down. And, you know, I don't know if something happened in his training camp. I don't know if something happened like before or something leading up, but the fact that it's kind of like he had that problem and never figured it out, and then it was so quick for him coming back. You know what I mean? They're like, all right, so come back now, like in December. Just come back before the year. They didn't even give him that much time to heal up, figure out, get to the root of the problem, but whatever. All that aside, that's what people were saying. Brian Ortega, all right, first off, you guys know I fuck with Max Holloway heavy. You know it's Team Blessed over here, baby. Mahalo, what's good? And I fuck with Ortega heavy too. Excuse me. I fuck with Ortega heavy as well. So, but the thing is, all right, when the whole thing with Max and Ortega fell off, and the way Ortega started acting, I got a little like, all right, I got turned off by that. And it's like, dude, you're like kind of acting really entitled and all this shit. And I don't know, he kind of had like, fuck everybody, I just want my shit, where's my title? Even like, my bad. Even he like when he announced, like when the shit was announced that it fell off, he didn't say, oh Max, I hope you're all good. He's like, oh, it is what it is. And then like it took months to him be like, oh, I hope Max is okay and whatever. So when he did that really made me feel a type of way about him, because I'm like, yo, you're supposed to be looking out for him. Holloway's a good guy, you know what I mean? And I don't know, man. The way he's been kind of acting, I don't know. He's been kind of like acting a little, not Hollywood, but he's kind of acting a little like feeling himself like a lot. You could definitely feel yourself, but like he's kind of like on his shit like, I'm a bust off shots at like everyone like Jeremy Stevens doesn't deserve to fight me and all this. And when Jeremy Stevens lost, he's like, oh, see, if I took it, I would have smoked him. And it's like, bro, you can't be doing that shit. You cannot be doing that type of shit. And the fact that, I don't know, man, he's like kind of like on this shit. And like, keep in mind, when you look at Brian Ortega's history, when you look at his fights, he was kind of a pull it out of the last minute kind of guy. He'd be kind of be getting in trouble. He'd be going to war and then catch him. He has the record for the most fifth round knockouts or last round knockouts in the UFC. So, he goes to war and he finds a way to get it done. When we recently saw him fighting Cub and Frankie in his last two showings, we saw him kind of be more efficient. He almost had Cub out in the first, and then he got him in the second, and he knocked out Frankie in the first. Now what we're seeing, he's got sniper like jiu-jitsu. Like, shit is super fucking slick. He's got the slickest jiu-jitsu you're probably gonna see. On top of that, he's getting nasty with his hands. You remember when he was fighting Frankie, he threw like that crazy flying knee and shit like that. So Ortega gets busy with his shit as well. Max, we already know, blessed. We don't got to run down the resume. He's cleaned out the division. Excuse me. Oh, fuck me. If and when he beats Ortega, dude, Bless has pretty much cleaned out the entire fucking division. He's beat Jeremy. He's beat Cub. He's beat Ricardo Lamas. Who else am I thinking about? There's someone else I'm thinking about. But he's clean. He's run through mad people. He's been in this game for a motherfucking minute. He's tough. He's a really tough guy, and you know what? He's gone to war with Jose Aldo. We saw it. Hold on. My bad. I was getting a call. We saw with Jose Aldo that he gets fucking busy, and there's a few pockets of moments in there where Jose Aldo was kind of pouring on shots, like blitzing in. Got to do it his thing. And I feel like Ortega is... It's going to be interesting how it plays out. It's going to be playing on the feet. It's going to be lots of movements, lots of finding the range initially and like range finders and then working off it. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to see him kind of step in, and as soon as they kind of step in the range, like throw a jab, they're going to be throwing bombs to follow. So I know this shit's going to be a war. I know for a fact it's going to be a war. But to be honest, Ortega can always, no matter who he's fighting, he always has his jits game, his sniper-like fucking jits game that gives it fucking... It pretty much is like, you know what? Anytime he's like, all right, I want to end this fight, he can. With that being said, it kind of depends, all right, when he wants to do that. And when he's fighting, Max, I'm pretty sure it's a big stage, big pay-per-view he's going to want to put on a show. So when it comes to the exchanges and shit like that, I just see Max getting better exchanges. I see Ortega throwing some shit. I feel like Max is going to get the better exchanges. Max is going to kind of put on that Diaz-type pressure. And I see Max breaking Ortega. I see him kind of like I see some ground, I see some jits game, I see some jujitsu exchanges, but I see Holloway getting out of them, and I see Holloway getting it done. It's either going to be a 5-round war or maybe like a 4th round TKO KO. That's my prediction. That's what I guess. That's what I think might happen. But you never know. Regardless of the fact, man, it's just I'm excited for it. It's super fucking exciting. I can't wait for the shit. We had the fights on Saturday. We had a Tai Tuivasa versus Junior Dos Santos. I missed that because I was watching Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder. Yeah, my bad. Give me a second. I got a call, so I had to take that. So I was watching Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder, and man, what a fucking fight that was, bro. So I know we talk MMA, but I talk boxing on there as well. So fucking bro, Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. First off, credit to both of them. You have to give both of them just like the utmost credit. But first off, for taking the fight. I don't know if you guys know about the boxing politics or like the things going on in the heavyweight division there, but you got Anthony Joshua at the top, and he's kind of avoiding these two guys, and these two guys were like the kings, and then they were like, all right, we got to get Joshua, and then they're like, you know what, fuck him, he's being pussy. Let's me and you just fucking duke this shit out. And bruh, oh my gosh, dude, like shit was fucking wild. So you had Tyson Fury, dude. Tyson Fury is shit. He's one of the best boxers in history. I mean, just dude, like the angles he cuts, his movements, his head movements, his feints, just the way he uses feints, shit was like crazy, dude. He's doing amazing boxing. Deontay, man, what a fucking monster. He was looking good. He was looking good with his angles, and he was looking good with the way he would go for like where he would like when he would be on his offense, he'd be on his shit, and when he'd be on his defense, he had like pretty good defensive system. So I was like, all right, that's good. Tyson's was more constant. Tyson's was more, I'm constantly feinting, I'm constantly moving, I'm constantly cutting angles, I'm constantly doing all this other stuff. Deontay was more like, I'm coming forward, or I'm kind of like changing the ranges and moving my head and like dodging your shit. Dude, Deontay caught Tyson with some bombs, bro. Tyson rocked Deontay like early in the fight, but and Deontay's gas tank was like kind of giving him problems, but he was coming through. But Tyson, man, Tyson fucking got rocked in the 12th round. All right, there's one in like the 9th round, I think, where he dropped him, and it was fucking hilarious, dude. He dropped him, and Tyson like was like getting up, and he was like looking like, where'd that shot come from? It was fucking hilarious. And then in the 12th, dude, Deontay fucking dropped a bomb on him, and as Tyson's dropping, he just fucking slaps him with another left hook. And dude, Tyson was out cold. The ref should have waved it. I'm glad he didn't. But to be honest with you, dude, like that shit definitely could have been waved off. Fuck, man. He was out, and he was stretched like fucking rigor mortis stretched. And then the ref came over and was like counting over his motherfucking face, and he just gets up and he's like, all right, I'm good. Nope, I'm good. Let's go. I'm fucking good. I'm ready. Let's go. And he did well in the end of the round. So they scored the bout a draw. My thoughts on that is, I mean, I only watched it once, so I wasn't really scoring it when I was watching it, but I think that, I don't know, you could probably give it to Wilder because he almost got Tyson out of there. You could also argue and give it to Fury because he was doing well in outboxing Wilder, kind of. Or you could score it a draw because you just can't make up your mind. So I'm cool with the draw. Not only, not only, not only that it would give us a good fight, the draw situation, it gives us 2 more guaranteed fights pretty much without like you get like another one, possibly even maybe 3. Like if Wilder wins, Fury wins, and then you run a trilogy, so you might fucking even get 4 fights. That'd be like a crazy series. And yeah, man. Just a great fight overall, man. That shit's a classic fight. A crazy classic heavyweight fight, and that shit's going down in history. Looking forward to the other stuff. The other fights that come from it, and like AJ's got to step his shit up. All right, so now we got Michael Bisping calling out Isreal Adesanya. I don't know why. Just stay retired. That's all I'm saying on that. Isreal Adesanya versus Anderson Silva. They announced that it's going to be on the Whitaker Silva card. And the thing is, dude, like the whole thing with it being for a title shot, I guess it does make sense when you look at it. You know, Izzy is super high level. He has superstar potential. You know, he's elite. He could compete in the top 6, top 5. He's already proven that. So this will be like a show, you know? Like, it gives Anderson Silva a chance to be back on his shit. It gives Anderson Silva a chance to look good. If Anderson wins it, on some G shit, he really does deserve a title shot. So, I'm not mad at the winner of this fight getting a title shot or anything. So I think that it's gonna be interesting because it could be either a real boring fight, not boring, but kind of boring, because you have Anderson Silva like kind of like doing all his shit, and like Izzy kind of like giving him all these looks and all this stuff, and they could just be like throwing looks at each other all night, or it could be like some really exciting shit. You know what I mean? It could be something exciting. It could either be that shit. It could either be that like kind of both playing on the outside waiting for both each other to come in and exchange, or like both staying on the outside waiting for one to come in and like so counter. So it'll just gonna be them like kind of like doing all this dance and shit. So, or it could be like some like a crazy fucking striking war, like on some like Yair Rodriguez versus Korean Zombie shit. It could be on some crazy shit, you know what I mean? You never really know. It really could be on some fucking wild shit. That'd be sick if it is. I think that Izzy definitely should win it, and yeah, he's probably next up for the title shot, so that'd be cool. What else we got? They let go of Sage Northcutt from the UFC. So apparently, Sage just got better offer somewhere else, and he took the money UFC cut match. So I don't know where he's gonna go, but it's gonna be interesting to see whatever happens with that, and if he ever makes it back, or he's just gonna be a guy that kind of makes a living off fighting and not being like a UFC star. You know what I mean? We got Dominick Cruz versus John Lineker, which I think it's a dope fight. It's a very dangerous fight, though. It's a very dangerous fight for Cruz. But it's a fight stylistically that should play very, very well into Cruz's game, and Dominick Cruz should be able to pick him apart. Cruz is going to be coming in heavy looking for... All right, so I'm going to put it this way. This fight should play out how Cruz probably thought the Garbrandt fight would play out before it happened. You know what I mean? Because he probably thought Cruz was going to be coming in with the heavy hands, looking to knock him out, coming forward. Cruz dances on him, clips his shit up, and then calls it a night. So that's how it should go. That's how it should go with Lineker. He really should just dance on him and clip him up. But another thing is he's very dangerous. He's very heavy-handed. And he knows how to deal with a lot of movement and speed because he's fought John Dodson. So, yeah. And another thing is TJ Dillashaw kind of put out a game plan how, you would beat John Lineker. So if Cruz could take that, modify it, implement that, and that should probably work. So I definitely 100,000% have I definitely 100,000% have Cruz winning. Let's see. What else did I want to talk about? Yeah, man. I honestly don't think I have anything else to talk about. I don't remember. I gotta check. If I do, I'll come back and I add on to the video, or I'll make another video. And yeah, man, you already know it's Mastermind MMA.